Is the oil price war between Saudi Arabia and Russia about to end? Crude prices enjoyed their biggest ever one-day rally after the US president raised hopes of a truce. Will Donald Trump's intervention be enough? And what's the impact of the rift between the oil superpowers? Over the past month, two of the world's biggest oil producers have been in dispute about how to respond to the coronavirus pandemic. Demand collapsed after airlines grounded their planes, factories shut their doors, and countries imposed travel bans. Crude prices fell further when Saudi Arabia and Russia couldn't agree on cutting supplies to try and force prices higher. Now, US President Donald Trump is suggesting the feud may soon end. Saudi Arabia has called for an emergency meeting of oil-producing nations, as Humera Chowdhury reports.
Signs that an oil price war between two of the world's biggest producers may end saw the biggest one-day leap on record. And here's why.
I think that Russia and Saudi Arabia at some point are going to make a deal in the not-too-distant future because it's very bad for Russia, it's very bad for Saudi Arabia, and it's very bad. I mean, it's bad for both, so I think they're going to make a deal.
A deal to cut production in response to the drop in demand from the coronavirus outbreak collapsed last month. Since then, the cost of crude has fallen to lows not seen for almost 2 decades. Russia and Saudi Arabia slashed prices and ramped up production in a fight for market share, just as demand collapsed. The coronavirus pandemic forced governments to impose widespread lockdowns, close factories and restrict travel worldwide. Some experts say the United States needs the oil market to stabilize so its own shale oil industry doesn't collapse.
It is a balance that the United States would wish always to have the price of oil so that its industry does not collapse and disappear. Its oil production industry, it survives. On the other hand, also for the consumers to be happy.
The price war began last month when Russia rejected plans by Saudi Arabia to cut oil production in an effort to boost prices. Saudi Arabia responded by announcing plans to pump much more oil at hugely discounted prices. Both the Saudis and the Russians say they can survive the crisis by relying on their foreign reserves of around $500 billion each. But experts say Saudi Arabia needs oil prices at around $82 a barrel to balance its budget. Russia needs only half of that. While it remains unclear what kind of truce, if any, might be reached, what is clear is that current prices are bad for producers, but buyers welcome the low prices. Attention is switching to the White House, where Donald Trump is under pressure from US oil executives and Congress for more action if Saudi Arabia and Russia fail to agree.